What is going on, everyone? Thank you for visiting the next video of Why I See by Faith, aka Young in Christ by Faith. Well, I just want to be honest. I've officially started day 7 of my fast. So I am almost at the end of one entire week of fasting, and I feel fantastic. But the Lord is being very honest with me, and I'm grateful for it. I love it, and I need it, Let's see. First of all, I'm realizing that I need to be very cautious of, as Christians. I think I started to talk about this yesterday, and I just kind of went left, So, I have to be very cautious of what I'm watching on YouTube because, I am fasting. The greater part of my fasting is to do with my spiritual development in Christ, but also I had some physical ailments that I wanted to take care of, and I know, that fasting would aid that. I think that's why fasting is so important for us in Christianity. I think that's why, the ability to do this was given to us by the Lord. And so I find that I watch other people's YouTube videos on fasting just to, it just sort of helps me, it gives me some information, some research and what have you. But, sometimes you'll see YouTubers who maybe gave up on their 21-day fast. There's one girl who I saw got to day 14 and she just couldn't go any further. I can't remember if she was a Christian or not, But I honestly believe that when the Lord needs you to do something, He will give you strength. He will give you guidance. He will give you all that you need. And this 21-day fast is something I know that I need to do for a number of reasons. As a matter of fact, as I'm speaking, I'm realizing why certain things are happening. And I'll watch other people's videos who I know for sure are not Christian or not, devout Christians of anything. I don't know what their religious, choices are, but like some of them, like one particular guy, I don't want to put their names out there, but he made it through his 21-day fast, but he just wasn't doing so well throughout the fast. And I strongly believe that fasting without Christ is literally just starvation. It's nothing. And if you don't have Christ, then you're just emancipating yourself. Is that the right word? I believe it is. If it's not, don't judge me. But yes, I find that I've been praying through this fast, and the Lord was very honest with me. So first of all, I've been praying for a particular thing. And so all the prayers for myself that I've been, asking for God to give me guidance and give me strength and, give me vision in certain things for my own life, I've been receiving that. And it's such a beautiful thing. But then, of course, I pray for other people and pray for other situations and whatnot. And I find that those situations, they're not necessarily getting worse, but it's almost as if those people are sort of being, the enemy is at war, basically. He's fighting against me fasting and praying, basically. He's just not happy about that. And usually when I see things like that happen, when I would pray before I started fasting, when I would pray to God and see that things were going in the opposite direction, it didn't register with me that the enemy is fighting my prayers. I just felt like, oh, God's not listening, And I'm realizing now, I have the mental clarity to realize, no, the enemy is fighting. We are, fighting against principalities, And so now I know to just pray harder. Pray harder. Fast. I don't know if you can fast hard. Well, you can fast harder, and I'm going to get to that. And I think that's why the Lord instilled this next thing in me. So, in conjunction with me fasting, I do really enjoy YouVersion. I've mentioned this before. The app, the Bible verse app, and I started doing one of the 21-day fast, plans. And so I started it later, about a day later than I started fasting. And so I was trying to get ahead and keep up, but it's a bit confusing because then my phone doesn't necessarily tell me that it's time to read the verse of the day, or the devotion of the day rather, because I'm ahead. So I opted to just fall back and just let it catch up to itself. And I figured, I'll just continue afterwards. I'll just be a day behind my fast, and that's totally fine with me. But there are moments where I just feel an inkling to just go ahead and read a devotion anyway. So I read one yesterday, last night for sure, and it just kind of very politely put me in my place. It was basically speaking on crowding the mind. So I have to admit, whilst I've been fasting and I've been praying and everything, although I've limited my television intake, my social media intake, I've limited my typical visual stimulation. But here and there, I'm used to falling asleep with the TV on, and so I'll turn on, don't judge me, I'll turn on cartoons. I just need to hear the buzzing of something and the flickering of the light to fall asleep. And these days cartoons are not necessarily the most holy, even though they are for children, or when they are for children, I should say. And then of course I've been watching some films. Just sort of, I got a Fire Stick from Amazon, and so I've just been enjoying certain movies and stuff that I hadn't had access to. And some of these films are definitely not things you should be watching when fasting and what have you. And so I say all of that to say that this devotion that I wasn't going to read, I was going to save until the actual date, which would have been tomorrow, I believe, basically talked about crowding the mind and, abstaining basically from anything that is unholy, basically, whilst you're fasting. It's very easy if you listen to, I listened to a little bit of some R&B music, and it was clean R&B music essentially, but still it wasn't gospel music, it wasn't Christian music. And so these things get stuck in your mind, and I'll find myself humming the song, and I'll catch myself saying, oh Lord, sorry. So what I'm realizing is that I really have to be diligent in what it is that I'm watching. I have to watch a lot more of the Christian channels. I have essentially all of those channels on my service, my cable service, and I have to be more cautious in the music I listen to. I have to listen to much more of my Christian praise and worship and gospel music. Yeah, that's a lesson learned. I guess this video is pretty short today. I just wanted to speak on that basically, and just tell you that I feel great. I've had some moments in the past day where I felt, a little, lightheaded and this and that, but the Lord gives strength, and He's making Himself abundantly clear, and I honestly believe that, part of the fact, I know that we should be cautious when fasting. We shouldn't be overtly mobile, but we should still be active. But I feel that the more that we how do I put this? The more that we deny ourselves, deny our bodies, is the stronger our spirits get. That's the exercise and the strength that our spirit gets in Christ. And so I'm okay. I am excited. I am happy. Originally I had the intention of coming on here and just being honest. I was feeling a little bit down because of the fact that I felt that my prayers weren't really being answered in respect to praying for some other people and their situation. But it's crazy how God works. I realized in the midst of doing this video that it's the enemy fighting. The God is working and my prayers are manifesting, and the enemy's trying to combat that, and so yeah, with that said, I really want to encourage you, if you had not found Christ, find Christ. He is magnificent, and I want to especially encourage you as artists, actors, singers, creators in general, dancers, painters, all that good stuff, give it to Christ. He is everything, and He will ensure that you are okay. I am living proof. It wasn't until I started fasting and really praying and giving myself back to Him that certain things in my life as an artist started to manifest and align. And I am so grateful, and I want this for everyone else out there. So with that said, yeah, I'm going to end this here. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. I apologize, I haven't done my mustache. I have to work today, and one of my survival jobs, and so I didn't get to jump and shower and all that stuff as I normally do before these videos. So I'm gonna go and do that now. I wanted to shoot the video as quick as possible and just head off to work essentially. So yeah, I apologize that my mustache is MIA, but it will be back tomorrow. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and stay young in Christ by faith. Bye.